This is the Toyota Prado VX. It's a top spec, luxury, every bells and whistles four-wheel drive. It's a real four-wheel drive, it's got a low-range gearbox, and it's got good clearance. Not brilliant clearance, but certainly adequate for some off-road fun. We've been driving the vehicle now for about a week. We've done some long distance stuff on it, and it just eats up the kilometers. Beautifully quiet, smooth, powerful. Now we're going to see how good it is off-road. To get an impression of a vehicle's performance off-road, doing it in the dunes is not ideal, because any vehicle with reasonable clearance and lots of power will do well on the dunes. And I'm including SUVs that are not real off-road vehicles because they don't have low-range gearboxes. So the Prado is doing superbly in the dunes. Lots of power, reasonable clearance, responsive. It's as good as any four-wheel drive station wagon you can get in an environment like this. Now what we need to do is test it on a gravel road to see how it handles corrugations. That's another element. Four-wheel drive vehicles, people tend to drive them a lot on dirt roads. Let's see how it handles. Is it responsive? Does it feel safe? But so far, in the dune fields, I've enjoyed it immensely. While on the tar, the Prado handles beautifully. There's a dirt section ahead. And let's see how stable it is. All four-wheel drive vehicles will find themselves on roads like this, twisty, turny, rough gravel. Sometimes they'll be loaded and sometimes they won't. And they've got to perform well. The Prado is a very, very stable vehicle on roads like this. Even with a load, it performs well. But I must say something, that when it gets very rough, as it's doing now, at speed, it tends to wallow a bit. It's the soft suspension that makes it such a comfortable ride on the open road and in town that actually you pay for it. So I'm tending to keep my speed a little down. I will not go above 90 kilometers an hour on such a road, although traction-wise, she handles beautifully. What strikes me driving this Prado is that a lot of people criticize four-wheel drivers for buying 4x4s and then never using them. They're never using them off-road or using them for what they were built for. I actually disagree with this, because what strikes me about this vehicle is that it's good at just about everything. It has low range, it has good clearance, so that when you want to go adventuring and go and playing, like we have done on the dunes, it's very good at it. It's interesting how four-wheel drives have evolved. This is a soft, rounded, luxury, comfortable, fast off-road cruiser. But you pay a price for that. It's not like the old days where they were built real tough that you could nail something into them. Here's an example. This lovely mag wheel is a 17-inch. Trouble is a 17-inch. If you're in the wilderness and you have a puncture and you go into a little shop, store or something and try and find yourself a tire, forget it. You're not going to find a 17-inch rim or tube anywhere. It's just not going to happen. You will find 16. 15 is probably the most common. The shape of the vehicle, they're getting lower in the front. As nice as those lights are, this gets damaged off-road. It's one of those things. We've now run it for a week, done everything from shopping to a little weekend trip, and I can honestly say that it does nothing badly. It's a really nice car to own. My only criticism that I can really level against this vehicle is that personally I find the steering a little vague. And that's about where my criticism ends. Apart from that, I could easily own one.